Good morning. I probably am not going to be able to record very much, so I'm letting you know right now that I'm not deliberately just cutting this thing off mid-sentence, but I bet that's the way it's going to work out. That or somebody calls in. It seems like every project I do, there seems to be something that goes on that just seems to, the old proverbial, throw the wrench in there. I was just watching another video where a guy was saying he sincerely thinks he would just like to move off the grid and get away from everything that's going on in this world. Hey, I know, I feel a lot the same way, but I don't believe that exactly is the answer either. Hey, a lot can go wrong out there, but his sentiment is getting a bit too familiar. On that note, I've got a freelancer working on my website again. I asked him to put spiritual items on there. And then I remembered that in other countries, they can't even maybe put things like Bibles and rosaries on your site. So if you notice that was not intentional. That was me again just compromising. But I think I told him, they like he likes the dowsing rods. That's the one thing I didn't even think was spiritual. However, a dowsing rod is what, to look for water, or is it to look for spirits or something? See, that is the one thing I don't know much about. But if it's to look for water, in a way that kind of ties into the off the grid theme, I guess. But it's been a struggle. I'm having another person add security to the site, and then I'm going to have yet another person, because I have found out that if you ask them to do something that is not listed, they will always say they can do it, but they cannot. So I'm having yet another person clean up the landing page and correct all of the spelling errors. And then after that, I'm going to do nothing when I get those things done, which is a lot easier said than done. I'm going to focus on nothing but promoting it and maybe figuring out another way to get another stream of income coming in. I would like to explore the tiny houses, and I don't believe you need a real estate license to sell the actual home, which can be built anywhere that you have land or space. I still think for people who have a lot of land, adding those tiny houses would be a good source of revenue for them, because you can put several out there. And if something goes south, some of them can actually just be moved to another location. And I know that I'm going to focus on people that maybe have farmland and things like that, which I think would make the people that were looking for tiny houses very happy as well, because they would want that location kind of, off of the grid, away from other people. But I've got so many projects in mind, and then I get so anxious and frustrated that there seems to always be another roadblock thrown in my path. Does that mean you're on the right path if some sort of demon keeps throwing up roadblocks? And some of these so-called demons, I guess, are the two-legged kind that are living on this planet. Yeah, I'm not going back to that topic for very long. I was talking to one of my retired friends that was on the police department, and I was telling him, I said, this guy was a witch that, I guess, was finding irritation in me, my very existence. He said, look, I don't care about all that ooga booga stuff. Where does the guy live? Okay. Again, I kind of believe that person is listening to these videos. I'd rather just let it go and live and let live. But if you wanted to get my attention, if that was your goal,